This event here in Anaheim is our 60th event as a competitive gaming league, as a sports media property focusing on competitive gaming. We're here in Anaheim, partnered with Blizzard, Riot, Sony, Namco. We've got thousands of people in the room watching, but we're also expecting to crush every online viewer record we've ever seen. So it's pretty exciting. This is the largest physical event we've ever done. We have a Heart of the Swarm demo station set up through our partnership with Blizzard. The fighting games, StarCraft 2 and League of Legends, so it's pretty crazy so far.
If you happen to have some downtime, there's 200 stations with Heart of the Swarm over there, playable demo. Check it out, let's sit in your feedback and give the devs some love. Let's make a little noise, Anaheim! All right.
If you were to tell me that 10 years ago when this whole thing started up, that we'd be sitting here on the West Coast having our biggest event ever, you know, I would have said, of course. Every event should be the biggest event ever. Every event we should be crashing through the stream numbers and breaking records with concurrent viewers and total uniques and engagement time. I mean, our tune-in time is over 3 hours. You know, people watch massive amounts of video content out of our events, and there's so much surface area. So to be working with the publishers and developers from day one to be able to have those tools in place, I mean, it's kind of a bummer. It took 10 years, but it's awesome to be there now. You think of fighting games, think of competitive fighting, the scene, and Street Fighter is always in that conversation, right? That's the big draw. We don't have it here. We've worked to try and get it in the past, and we'll continue to work to try and get it. But there's, you know, Capcom's view of the world is very much a grassroots view, and there's complications there. We don't seem to be speaking the same language. But we really want to continue to support fighting games. I think hopefully over time we will naturally unlock that through the progression of supporting the community, putting money into the community, creating great content around the scene. But yeah, that's for me. If I had to look around and say, you know, what's not here that should be, that there would be that, and of course Halo would be the only other thing. We got our hands on Halo 4, and it was really exciting. The 343 folks were kind enough to involve us and have us get some playtest time on that. That was great. The new Gears stuff, Gears of War stuff looks great. PlanetSide looks amazing, and they're going to come to the event. They're really trying to build it from the ground up to support this. Has a great look to it, has a really good feel to it. Ubisoft with Shootmania. I mean, it's crazy. I've been to a lot of E3s, and I don't know how other people feel about it, but it's the first time I've seen so many people referencing and discussing competitive gaming or esports. Whether it's the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 announcement, where they call it out specifically, Microsoft's desire to do more on a tournament and data layer. It's exciting because when we've got the support of the publishers, the developers have always understood multiplayer gaming is a big, it's a big draw. It's very sticky. But now the publishers are seeing that, wait, this is a marketing extension for us. It gives us a long life cycle with the game. It allows us to sell more downloadable content or Xbox Live Gold memberships or whatever it may be. That's a really nice thing to see. So you see people who maybe haven't embraced this area as much as you would have liked them to in the past, now investing in it. So it's exciting, and that, and along with our partnership with GameSpot, to be able to be there broadcasting from the show floor, to have people blocking the aisle behind the booth, and that was all really exciting for me, because it's been a nice arc in terms of getting to that point, because there were years when we would go to E3 and nobody discussed it, never came up. Well, I think the new Counter-Strike is going to be interesting, especially with the price point of $15. Right? They can't make it free to play, but they're going really low. So how does that compete with a AAA shooter at $60? Quake, again, something that we always get questions about. When we're going to see that? I think the biggest thing for us is there's the potential for oversaturation, right? But rather than saying every game has to be on the pro circuit, we can do things like expos, where we have weekend-long events where players are brought in, pros from other games maybe, to showcase the mechanics of a particular game, see what the audience response to it is. But the great thing is that a lot of the publishers are seeing, the developers have seen this for a while, but the publishers are seeing that, hey, we have to market this game anyway. We've got millions of dollars going into running TV commercials, banner ads, whatever it may be. Maybe we funnel some of this off and do a direct engagement to a community in a way with a methodology and approach behind it, which is sticky by its very nature. We're looking at all those games. We're considering them. We're saying, we're going to sit with the developers, sit with the creative director, see what we can get to work. But knowing that it's really up to the game. If the game's not up to snuff, the community will not stay around, they will not be engaged. So we're not going to force anything down anybody's throat. When I think of competitive gaming, and especially on the online side of things, right, the one thing you can't create is a predatory environment. And we've seen what happened with online poker in the States, right, and recently with some of that stuff being overturned and the legality of it coming into question. So the wagering stuff, we stay clear from. We stay away from it, although there's been a lot of folks who've approached us and tried to get us to get involved in that space. And the main reason for it is because it's very hard when you have folks playing online and you don't have the ability to verify personal information or skill level, right? I mean, we all know what a pool shark is, right? You go into a pool hall and somebody works you for a couple of games and then they start suddenly getting good, right? That happens online as well. So we try and create an environment where I would feel comfortable with my children competing, and I feel that the online wagering space or the skill for money play is just too gray area for us. We're building a sports media property focused on a younger audience. And so you have the kids and then you have the parents, and so what we try and do is we try and keep everything just about the competition, right? And if you want to play for money, if you want to get to a point where you can, then we've got the biggest stage in the world for that as well. So TV is something we've done in the past, and at this E3 actually we came pretty close and we have a deal in place. It's just a question of whether or not we're going to execute against it, but you could see us back on TV but live before the end of the year. It's just a question of, again, doing it the right way. So we're going to work through that, the mechanics of that, but we have a really great broadcast partner who helps us on the digital side of things already, who's expressed interest and they want to make it happen. It's just a question of if we can connect all the dots and get the right brands associated with it and do it in a way that the audience would enjoy it, and it wouldn't detract from what we're doing at these events.